Hi Internet, I'm John Appleseed. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we do a daily crossword puzzle, and today we have the Saturday New York Times crossword for January 10th, 2026. The constructor today is Kameron Austin Collins. The editor is Will Shorts. So let's see what we have for this Saturday puzzle, which is supposed to be the most difficult offering from the New York Times for the week. Okay, one across is what a darling outfit. Let's look at the downs. They'll be shorter. One down, service organization since the 1850s. Don't know. Two down, sporting blades. I would say a pay, but it needs to be plural. Three down, jazz site. Could it be the Utah Jazz? I don't know. Four down, Kauai keepsake. Could be a lei, a flower garland. Five down, phenomena once known as les petites morts, the little deaths. Not sure. Six down, that dis was good. No. Seven down, German cathedral city. Two locals. I think there's a cathedral in Cologne, which is known as Köln. Two locals in German. Eight down, gay man, per historical slang inspired by Judy Garland. I would guess that was a friend of Judy, but I don't know. Nine down, plus. No. 10 down, you blank. Agree. Maybe you bet. So what a darling outfit for one across. You look fab. You look fabulous. I like you look. Fab is the only thing I can think of to end it. 15 across, the Kelpie of Celtic mythology for one. Not sure about that. 17 across, big name in classifieds. Classified ads. No. 19 across, Avatar, Fire and Blank, 2025 film. Is it Fire and Ice? I haven't seen any of the Avatar films. Service organization since the 1850s. I wonder if that's the YMCA. Then 19 across could be Ash. Fire and Ash makes sense as well. Two down is sporting blades. Okay, so oars from the sport of rowing. Oars are blades, or they have blades on the end of them. Let's try Fire and Ash. Then YMCA for the service organization. I'm not sure about 15 across. 17 across, that's the big name in classified. Maybe Craigslist. It's basically a big classified ad. Jazz site is Utah. It is the Utah Jazz. The Kelpie of Celtic mythology is a maternal or I don't know. Orgasms, I think, for five down, called Les Petites Morts, the little deaths. I've heard of that somewhere. Okay, six down, that dis was good. Oh, snap. Might be a way to say that. Matterhorn? Is lay wrong? Five down, gay man, friend. I would say friend of Judy, but one, it doesn't fit. And two, we wouldn't have Judy repeated in the clue and the answer. Is this a horse? Plus is an asset, something in the plus column. 20 across, Mars comes third in it. Année au Mars is the French word for March. So if you were saying the months of the year in French, Mars would be the third one, and année means year in French. Okay, so a mater horse is a Kelpie. Well, what is a mater horse? A mother horse? I'm not sure about that. The downs all look right. What is it? I don't know what a mater horse is. I guess it's a mother horse, but why not say mother horse? Okay, let's try this corner. Maybe I'll have to come back to that section. 11 across, inflatable transport is a raft, I think. You can inflate a life raft. 16 across, blank palm. No, 18 across, sound made by a toaster. Don't know. Pop comes to mind, but that doesn't fit. 21 across, creep. Nope. And 23 across, utmost extent to the nth degree. Doesn't fit. Typically, there would be no rebus on a Saturday, but sometimes they get tricky. What's 21 down? Lively for one's age. Let's try spry for that. 24 down, darn it. Could that begin with an H? darn it, share. 12 down is give a faded look as jeans. Acid washed jeans is something, but then that would be acid wash. 13 down, a star might attract one. Paparazzi, photographers. Gemstone with gold yellow bands. Okay, don't know that. 21 across is creep. To move stealthily could be to sidle. The utmost extent could be the nth power, not nth degree, but nth power. To ration something is to divvy it up into shares. Acai palm is what they get acai berries from. I guess a toaster might say ting. Do some toasters give a little ting when they're done? I'm not sure about that. Don't they just kind of pop up? A star might attract a fan letter. Really involved could be ornate. Tiger eye sounds like it might be some kind of gemstone. Not familiar with it, but I would bet if there is one, it would have gold yellow bands like the tiger stripes. What a mess is a sty. Syngman Rhee, the first president of South Korea. That rings a bell. 37 across, suds. Beer is sometimes known as suds. So, it's gave, sorry. I was sure that was not in past tense. It was give a faded look, but it is in fact gave a faded look. So I need to get a new prescription for my glasses, it appears. So acid washed is what you did to jeans in the past to give them a faded look. Go for another round. To re-up, maybe. Sign up again. 3-7 down. Slow-cooked entree. Might be brisket would fit. Rats. 44 across is vigor. That could be pep, and that fits with re-up. So let's put that in. Rats. Crud, something like that. Poles can be found next to them for 41 down. I want to say that's some country that neighbors Poland. And that's not coming to mind. It's brisket. Could vigor be zip? Yes, then that fits with brisket for the slow-cooked entree, crud, and then Czechs. I think maybe the Czech Republic, neighbors Poland. Rats, crud, or crud. 30 down is action star Michelle. I think that's Michelle Yeoh. Without revealing one's true intentions, maybe. 29 across. So an adverb here. It could be slyly or coyly. Darn it. You darn a hole in a sock. Darn that dream. I dream each night. I dream you kiss me and you hold me tight. But when I awake, you're not inside. Oh, darn that dream. Let's try coyly. I think 8 down, the gay man in historical slang is going to be friend of Dorothy. That's what it is, not friend of Judy. Yes, Dorothy, inspired by Dorothy, the role that Judy Garland played in Wizard of Oz. Field for the philosopher David Hume. I think he was an economist. Then improvised on stage. Is that vamped? Maybe? I think that's like for music when you're... I'm not sure. Okay, but we put in crud. We put in Michelle Yeoh. For 36 across, total stranger in slang is a rando. And where was darn? That made me sing the song. Oh, darn for a hole. If a sock has a hole in it, you would darn it. Darn the hole. 22 across, former employer of Edward Snowden. He worked for the NSA. 22 down, picks up. Nabs, like pick up a criminal. I think it's vamped for improvised on stage. 28 across, barbecue order could be ribs. 32 across, Morse code components. That's going to be dits or DAWs, depending on whether we're talking about dots or dashes, or maybe it's dots. 35 across, Limon, who is the U.S.'s first Latina poet laureate. I've seen Ana Limon in the puzzle before. 38 across, Andrew Blank, banking tycoon, who served as Treasury Secretary from 1921 to 1932. Don't know. 42 across, trimmer, target, like a hedge trimmer maybe, or lawn edger. 45 across, doggedness. Nope. 51 across, harsh quality. Don't know. 54 across, math function. Nope. And 56 across, Woman of the D'Urbervilles. Test of the D'Urbervilles is a novel by Thomas Hardy, I think. So 32 down, utmost, to do your darndest. That fits. Do your darndest as you do your utmost. Loyal to a drastic extent. Ride or die would fit. 25 down, figures checked by nurses are vital signs, I think. That gives us DITS for the Morse code components. 38 across, Andrew, trying to think of a name from banking. To begin with REL, can't think of it. Trimmer target could be nose hair, okay. Not the type of trimmer I was thinking of, but yeah, that fits. Doggedness could be drive. Harsh quality is an edge. And math function could be a sign. So big banks are levies. It's not darndest, it's damnedest. Okay, New York Times. And then Carnegie Mellon. So Mellon is a name from banking or from a wealthy family. Architect Ludwig Mies van der Rohe is the other architect that might appear as a crossword answer in addition to I. M. Pei, or perhaps Frank Lloyd Wright. Mellon, nose hair, drive, edge, levies, those all look right, and it's damnedest, not darndest. Okay. 43 down is retort at recess. So that's probably I am so or something like that. 46 across, volume units. Might be tomes, like volumes of a book. Might have tomes. 47 down, Iceland is its only member that doesn't have a standing army. I think that's NATO. 52 down, blank given Sunday, 1999 football drama, is any given Sunday. Okay, volume units. I don't know that. 52 across, aggressive state of mind. Could be an attack mentality, something along those lines. 55 across, art form featuring performers in Kishin Demon and Okina Old Man Mask. That is Japanese theater. I don't know the difference between No and Kabuki, but both of them are answers for Japanese theater. So let's try No theater. Something pulled while walking the dog. Yep, walking the dog is a yo-yo trick. And so you'd have to pull the yo-yo string to perform that trick. Is not, is to. Oh, sones are a measurement of sound, volume sound, kind of like decibels. I don't know the difference, but yeah, that makes sense. Okay, 53 down, scruff or scuff. Scuff, say, could be to mar something, to dirty it up, give it a scratch. 48 down, alternative to naan, another South Indian bread, is roti. 49 down, Shangri-La. Your kisses take me to Shangri-La. Each kiss is magic that makes my little world a Shangri-La. And E finishes the puzzle. Nope. One square is a miss. Okay, so I put in Chex, brisket, mar, roti for the bread, Eden for a synonym of Shangri-La. Iceberg would be the result of breaking the ice. Reb, as in a Civil War reenactment. The loser would be the rebel side in many reenactments. Okay, so I think those all look good to me. What am I missing? What's something I wasn't sure about this Mater horse. Oh, it's not the YMCA, it's the YWCA, and it's not a Mater horse, it's a water horse. Okay, shame on me. I should have considered that. I don't know what a water horse is either, but it makes much more sense than Mater horse. Let's change M to W, and that will finish the puzzle. There we go. I said I was going to come back and check that little section. I should have taken out that letter to remind me to do so. Okay, but not too bad. 14 and a half minutes for a Saturday puzzle. As I said, Saturday is supposed to be the most difficult of the week. If I was doing this in the American Crossword Puzzle Tournament or other tournament, I probably would have just handed in my paper and gotten some points docked for that incorrect letter. That would have added to my time and taken away from my score. Okay, friend of Dorothy. What didn't come quickly? I knew it was friend of something, but couldn't quite remember what it was. Vamped for improvised on stage. Yeah, I guess that's right. I think a vamp is kind of like when you just kind of play an introduction to the song and you don't really get to the melody. You just keep going along with that. I guess that's improvising, isn't it? Okay, so ration, acid washed. And again, yeah, I blame my eyesight for not seeing that A instead of the I in gave. Checks was difficult to get. Attack mode for the aggressive state of mind did not come easily. And I put in darndest instead of damnedest because I have some aversion to any kind of four-letter word appearing in the New York Times. If you're a regular viewer, you know how I feel about that, but times change, I guess. Okay, so thanks so much for joining me. Please come back for more puzzles and games, and I'll see you next time.